Don't be Leo. Gemini.
Why am I not surprised to see Gemini?
I don't know. That reading we did last week was gnarly. It was weird. I even just said that. I'm like, who needs the most help? And that came up. All right, Gemini, I'm wishing the best for you. I mean, it's time to be an adult. 10th house. You could still be youthful and young, but, you know, responsibilities and more importantly, I think for you, it's like, what's the best path for you in your life right now? And if you're in the right relationships that really are bringing you there or not. And that's a big, you know, hard one. And also how you interact with people in society. And is it really the right kind of people around? You know, are you chasing the wrong kind of energy in society? And I don't know. I think Mars here is going to help you a lot in Pisces in your 10th. But love-wise here with Venus here too, it's like a lot of it is like the path that you really want to go on in your life. If you're choosing a path and there's really nobody on that path, like, are you really sure you're on the right path? So let's see what's going on here for the Geminis this week. We did get the 2 of Pentacles in reversed here. Our challenge is the 8 of Wands reversed. We did get an Ace of Cups upright, and we got a 6 of Swords. Definitely, wow, 6 of Swords here with this Ace of Cups. And the 2 of Pentacles here. I feel like it's almost like the universe is showing you this amazing path to go, but I feel like you're afraid to go. This 8 of Wands here in reverse is your challenge here. I feel like this is it's almost like, what are you waiting on? There's a whole better path in your life to go towards this refreshing, beautiful energy. What's the story going on here? Yeah, it's like realizing, you know, you can't keep your head in the clouds too much here, and you actually know where the energy is that's going to refresh you, but I feel like you're afraid of it. It's like having Mentos in the fresh maker, and like you want freshness, but you're not going to eat the freshness? I mean, on the other side of this place, there is nothing to be sad about, but it's almost like I feel like this is a really weird reading. Yeah, Emperor card. I feel like this is where you are ready to lock and load this week, but why are you so challenged to actually follow through with it? You're already getting safe passage and you want to be coddled to the safe passage. That's kind of weird. Why is that? Oh my God, heartbreak here, 3 of Swords. I feel like, you know what, a lot of it is that a lot of you all out there are afraid of your heart being broken. Or maybe your heart's been broken so many times and it's time to heal your heart by actually taking action towards beautiful things in your life. Instead of sitting around and continuing to not do what you don't, and do what you don't want to do and not do what you do want to do. What's going on here in Camelot? Well, you're stewing on things a lot. Serdwin likes to stew on things without even having, she doesn't even have anything to do. She uses her hands in the cold. So I feel like you're stewing on a lot. I mean, it is a time where you're going to have that inspiration and that transformation. But I almost feel like, you know, you can keep stewing on things, but nothing's going to move to the next place. I think that you found that place of inspiration, but you got it with that Emperor card I'm seeing there, that 2 of Pentacles reversed. I feel like you're done kind of, you know, I think that you're done staying in a loop that you really want to get out of. So I feel like you're breaking out of a loop this week. Let's get a clarifying energy about that. You got the fire element. Yeah, it's like desires pushing the way. I feel like you have to follow desire in your life. That 8 of Wands in reverse is definitely afraid of it and afraid that it's going to cause you harm. If anything, it's taking you to the better place in your life. And I feel like that you've almost like been holding back too much in your life. And I think that you've been like too afraid of good things here. Yeah, you're too afraid of the unexplainable, otherworldly, and the miraculous energy that could turn in your life. And that's your shadow. And like, it's like, it's okay, but it's like time for you to get out of this fear of like the most amazing thing that's possible and always putting some sort of negative connotation that, oh no, that can't happen to me, or that won't be good. Or it's almost like putting bad energy on things that are good. you know, or putting good energy on things that are bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like I think that that's a big thing. I think that a lot of Geminis are up in a place right now where it's like, oh man, I'm putting what I think is good when it's really bad, and I'm putting what is bad is really good. Like, there's kind of like this weird swapperoo thing, but that feels definitely very Gemini-ish, right? What does Ganesh have to say about this? You did get the openness. It's time to open up the doors. I don't know. I feel like we need a clarity card on this. What are we opening up about here, Gemini? That King of Swords. You have a lot to say. You have a lot that you haven't, but you've been holding on to a lot. It's time to open up in the biggest way. I almost feel like, are you dealing with somebody that you're just like not talking about? Yeah, you are. You're holding on to. You have not opened up at all. You have something big to say. You've been stewing on something for so long. You can't hold it back. You got to have the strength to do it. And the universe is opening the door for you. And the miraculous is here. And the desire is there to do it. And why do you keep stewing? Yeah, you've been stewing because that you feel like you need to be in a place where you're fulfilled. And I think that that's good that you've been doing the work. But at some point, part of the work is actually doing the work by actually taking yourself into a place of where you want to feel good in your life. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that you've been very afraid of that. So it's good to see this, but at the same time, are you just gonna miss out on your life and stay in that place? I feel like that you are coming out. And if you're a cross watcher to this, like, yeah, it's like, you know, like Geminis are coming out. They definitely have things to say, but I feel like, you know, Gemini, for you, if you're thinking that somebody you're waiting on, they've already fucking said all their piece to you. You haven't shown up with your piece yet. So it's like you have to show up. You have to be open, but you have to open up yourself, because I'm seeing that you've been closed off. I got that Four of Pentacles there, right? That King of Swords right there. I feel like that you've been, you know, kind of stubborn in your own way. But it's time to open up, and it's time to really, you know, communicate. And I feel like there is this like really positive energy that's changing here. So that's good overall. And I definitely feel like that's where things are at. All right, let's see what's going on with this major arcana here for you. What's that? What are you doing to ruin your story right now? This is where we look at how are you fucking things up right now. That's why I throw the smoke and fog. What's up with your subconscious shit here? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on with this shit? I do like these cards a lot too. And I like that we're using majors for these. Oh, you got the Tower card in reverse. I almost feel like that, yeah, it's like you're so afraid of things going bad that you're avoiding things that can go good. Thinking that they're going to fall down when they might actually not fall down. And the things that you think are not going to fall down are the things that are falling down. That's kind of crazy. Well, you got Jupiter in the 9th house, and you got it definitely with Sag here. I mean, this is definitely opening up completely. Literally, it's a whole, it's like, it's like you have a huge story here, and it's a big story, and it hasn't been playing itself out, and it's time to open yourself up. It's time to really experience what you want to experience instead of, you know, holding yourself back. I feel like you've been really holding yourself back here. And I feel like you've been really kind of in your own little place doing your own little Gemini thing. It's time to open up. And I think by opening up, you're going to see where things are going to go. It's hard for me to say. It's like there's too much of this miraculous shit, too much of this Seven of Cups reverse or this Ace of Cups. It's going to really be this place that's going to be like what you've been looking for in your life to feel renewed and fresh in a new story. But I feel like we can't really see past that till you step up to opening up and speaking your truth. That I feel like that you haven't, and I think that you've been holding back to who you want to speak your truth to and what you really want. And I think that you're terrified, and I think that it's time to get over being a little scaredy cat.
Yeah, Gemini, I think you're at a time right now where of all the signs, like you can take pretty much anything you want to the highest level, especially with Mars coming in. And like David was saying in the collective, like Mars is activating so much. Mars is coming into your 10th. That's great. You have Jupiter Neptune meeting in your 10th. That's great too. So there's like these big achievements, big goals, but you have to like stay persistent, dedicate, and not just like hope they show up. And if we're talking about love, I mean, it's like you have to show up for love too. So I think that's very important. And I think that a big part of it is like the expanse right now with Saturn square the nodes and Saturn in your 9th and the North node in your 12th. It's almost like having that Pisces midheaven and having the two like very like spiritual planets, they rule Pisces, Jupiter, Neptune meeting there. Like you have to make some of the biggest decisions about the story of life that you want to live, and you almost can't force it. You have to just like surrender to it. And I think that's ultimately where you're going to start to see everything that you want come to you. It's almost like just straight law of attraction, but with work, because that's the part of the law of attraction that they don't talk about, is that it's like you do the things. That's how you manifest. You have to do something. So what do you want? Is it love? Is it a career? Is it money? Whatever it is right now, it's like, what is your soul telling you? Don't go backwards, like go forwards and like let the universe bring it in. And I think you have to like work for it. And that's Saturn in your 9th saying work for the magical story that you can have right now, that God wants you to have, that it's like your mission from God. You just got the mission statement. Make sure that your relationships are on that same path. Don't go letting a relationship take you away from where God's ultimately pulling you. Or if God's pulling you into a relationship, you better go into that and be completely honest and like vulnerable there too.
Yeah, and I think it's limited beliefs that definitely are the main thing here with all this Saturn square the nodes, and especially people were asking in the chat, like, well, what's up with Geminis? It's like they're going through the fucking hard 12th house transit. North node about to have a solar eclipse in their 12th with Uranus, and their ruling planets in the 12th. And this is all stuff that's being squared by Saturn in their 9th. So it's like, it's almost like they're subconsciously fucking themselves over with belief systems about certain, like they only believe that there's this one way things can be when it's like limiting. And so this is definitely a place where they've kind of got cornered, and they're kind of like almost at that place where they're, you know, feeling they're so cornered, they're ready to have their teeth come out, but they're not going to do that. They're going to realize they have to surrender, as Brian was just saying, and accept the truth of whatever it is and come in. And the universe is trying to get them involved in what's true instead of their beliefs that usually are brought by other people or Netflix. It just doesn't work. I'm sorry to say, it just doesn't work. Or there's people that really just maybe are using them for other reasons too.